All right, it says I'm live. We're going to try this again. Uh, I tried this a few minutes ago and my crappy phone went dead on me in the middle of it, so I don't know if anything posted or not, but we're going to try it again. We're going to be a little quicker this time. Uh, so, uh, there's a story that's gone viral, and it's gone all over the biker community, all over the country, and uh, biker news channels that I'm a big fan of, that I respect very much. So, if any of you see this, hopefully you don't think that I'm attacking anybody or trying to make waves. And I'm not clout chasing, so I'm not going to mention any names on here. But there's a story that went viral, and people have ran with it. And it's bothering me a little bit because the story is not true, but it got put on the internet and the story went viral. And I can't blame anybody for running with it because it is kind of dramatic. Make a good TV show, movie, short movie, whatever. So I don't blame anybody for running with it because if it were true, it would be big news. I live in the Pacific Northwest, outside of Portland, so I am very extremely familiar with the scene that the true story took place in. A few weeks ago, perhaps a month ago, Antifa, who I'm sure you're all familiar with, was doing one of their actions in a Northeast Portland neighborhood. And they've taken a liking to doing their marches and whatever they call them, their events, their actions. They've taken to being armed while they're doing this. And local residents are taking issue with it. Well, on a Saturday night, like I said, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, a random citizen decided that he had had enough and came out to confront some people that were blocking the streets in front of his apartment building. And it resulted in a shootout between himself and some of the activists that were on his street. There was multiple people shot, one of them being the resident. One of the activists, unfortunately, lost her life. He said, I don't agree with them, but I don't think people should be dead either. It was one of those things that you put yourself in that situation. Unfortunately, things can happen. Very sad, very tragic. Again, I'm not advocating for gun violence or anything like that. I don't think anybody should die over political differences. But sometimes it gets rather heated up here in Portland. But that being said, this is not a political forum, so I'm not going to get into that. But like I said, I think the total was 5 people ended up with bullet wounds, and one of them ended up dying. One of those casualties was the resident that came out and initiated the confrontation. They have not provided video, so nobody knows who started, who fired first. If threats were levied, nobody knows that entire story. Perhaps the cops do, perhaps they don't. We know there were plenty of activists there, and they've always got plenty of cameras rolling on their phones and whatnot. So there is video out there, but they refuse to release it. So nobody knows the actual timeline of events there in the situation. But we do know this. I know this because I've done research. I have knocked on doors. I have asked people to get the whole story. And the local 1% biker club was not involved in the events that took place that night. When the story came out, it was as much a surprise to them as anyone else. a conservative author, I guess you would say. She writes columns. Um, took a story and ran with it. The police department, Police Bureau, attempted to have a news conference the following Monday, I believe, or Tuesday, a few days later, trying to fill the public in on what was going on with the investigation and whatnot. To the best of my knowledge, the citizen that had the shootout with these activists was still in the hospital. Not to mention it was the weekend, so police business works slow in situations like that, and people were up in arms. So the police attempted to have a press conference and let everybody know what was going on. In the middle of this press conference, a unhinged lady came up and took over the press conference and started rambling. And if you watch the video, which most of the channels that have put out this story have included the video of the press conference, it's clear as day to see that there are definitely mental and emotional problems with this lady that interrupted the press conference. But she goes on an unhinged rant about Portland police working in conjunction with a local 1% club. As far as I'm concerned, I can find nothing to verify that, and I'm going to believe it's not true, because unless it's proven to me, I can see no way that would be a possibility. Just doesn't make any sense. I think I have a little friend behind me somewhere. So if I keep looking behind me, that's why. So this lady, used the term loosely, came during the press conference and ranting, raving, and shortly thereafter, the aforementioned writer published a story on a conservative webpage, and it went viral, and it's all over the country. And I've watched people that I admire, people that I respect, people that I'm a huge fan of, run with the story as well. And again, I can't blame them. If it were true, it's an incredible story. So like I said, I don't want no disrespect to anybody who's published the story, because I'm a huge fan, and I don't want anybody to think that I'm, like I said, I'm not going to mention any names. But I've tried to reach out to a couple of them and say, hey, if you want to know the real story. But this whole story that's being published is a fairy tale concocted by somebody, as far as I can tell, just trying to get views for their webpage and for the things that they publish. I know the person that put out the story. I was a fan of hers as well. And I've also immediately reached out to her and said, you need to retract this before it gets dangerous. Because there's no telling where the story like that could end up. And I was like, it's for everybody involved. It's safer, and not only that, but we like to know the truth. So I'm doing my best to put the truth out there. And like I said, I'm not trying to step on any toes. I'm not trying to call anybody out. I won't do that, because I'm not about the drama. But if you look at my YouTube, if you look at my Instagram, it's all about the love of motorcycles and the people that I ride with and the things that we do on our motorcycles. It's not about politics. One thing that, as far as I know, every biker I know, we pride ourselves on honesty. We pride ourselves on being real, 100%, the truth. So I'm trying to put that out there, and hoping that this story will disappear. Because like I said, I think it's better that way for everybody involved on both sides of the story. And because it's, as my friends like to say, it's a giant nothing burger that has gone viral and is now nationwide. the local bike scene. We like to do our thing, and we're not, not trying to clout chase, not trying to be something that we're not. So I'm pretty sure that the local club feels the same way. Not being involved in this situation, I'm pretty sure they didn't want to hear their name put in it. But it's being spread all over the country as though they were directly involved. And I can tell you, as far as I've found out, and I've tried to find out otherwise, because like I said, if it were true, it'd be interesting. But I can't find anything verifying this story. I don't think that they want to. And I don't think that respected people want to be known for putting out a false story. And sooner or later, people are going to start saying, hey, why are you spreading this story? And I'm hoping it doesn't get to that point, because like I said, I respect and admire the people that I've seen put out the story. And so I'm hoping that it doesn't go somewhere bad, somewhere ugly, because it's not a reality. So there's no reason for it to go somewhere else. I'm pretty much a nobody. Not really affiliated with anybody, not really, part of, I'm definitely not in a 1% club. So take this as you will. Not trying to say that I know everything about everything, but I've tried to get to the bottom of this, and the best I can tell is it was a story that was fabricated and went viral, unfortunately. So if you have any questions for me or whatever, what do they say? DM me, whatever. Hit me up on a messenger, and I will tell you what I know. And like I said, I don't know a whole lot, because you can't know something about something that didn't happen. But anyways, like I said, I'm not trying to be something special that I'm not or whatever. I'm just, it's frustrating to see this blowing up into something it's not. And for one reason, I've seen comments that say that, well, Antifa should go after those bikers because the bikers would probably lose or what. Well, I can say with 99.9% accuracy and wholehearted conviction that our local begins out here to approach a 1% club. I know the rest of you in the country see all these stories about what Antifa does. They're exaggerated. Antifa does not have the power, the strength, or even the will to do most of the things that the media gives them attention for. If you were out here in the Pacific Northwest and actually saw them and who they are and what they do, you would know that the media likes to play them up much larger and much more powerful than they actually are. So I don't see that happening, and I'm pretty sure the biker community is not going to appreciate being told that we would fall victims to little drug-riddled teenage miscreants. So that is what it is. Anyways, I'll try and wrap this up because I don't want to make it too long. But yeah, that's how I see the story, and it was frustrating to see it going viral in an incorrect way. So I thought I'd throw this out here. First time making a video like this, so sorry if it's not the greatest. But like I said, not chasing clout, not trying to be important, just trying to get the real story out there. So I guess, I don't know how you do it on Instagram, but give me a thumbs up or whatever. Let me know you saw this. Let me know that people are hearing the truth instead of just what's being spread on the internet. Keep riding, be safe, stay on twos, rubber side down, shiny side up, and maybe we'll see you on the highway somewhere.